Nemesis is an absolute monster of a ride, but so is Nemesis Inferno. And as I did before, I actually prefer... Hello, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be discussing the almighty question of Nemesis or Nemesis Inferno. Yes, I have done this in the past, and yes, in that video, I did say Nemesis Inferno, but my eyes have since been widened, my opinion has been broadened, and the molecular infrastructure of the two. I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, I've had more time and more rides on these two coasters to kind of decide which I prefer. Has my opinion changed, or has it indeed stayed the same? Find out in this video. And of course, feel free to leave your guys' opinions on this debate in the comments below. Although, keep it civil, because we don't want to cause a mass destruction in the YouTube comment section, do we now? And just quickly, the channel's gone and hit 19,000 subscribers. That's insane. I couldn't be more grateful. And if you do enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. But this video is a little bit different to my usual style of videos, purely because I'm going to be doing some fact-telling. Whoa, I've actually done research for once. Anyway, I can't choose which one to talk about first, so I'm just going to spin a wheel. Nemesis Inferno we'll start with. It's a beautifully red coloured ride at Thorpe Park. That's your first fact. And it opened back in 2003. Named Project Calypso. I went to write Calypso, but obviously on my fact file, I've written Project Calipo. Why have I written it down as the ice cream? Project Calypso then became Nemesis Inferno, the coaster of which featured 4 inversions, much like its fellow counterpart. And the ride was situated in the jungle-esque area of the park, where the volcano was the station. And the back half of that volcano is just a warehouse. The pre-drop section has some lovely mist effects, which is perfect on a hot day, although Thorpe Park actually has a lot of water rides in it, unlike another park I know. It's intense all the way through with no flat spots, other than towards the end, I guess. And it is very fast. Very fast. Reaching speeds of approximately 50 miles an hour, which it doesn't seem fast, but it bloody well does when you're on it. And the big difference to the other coaster I'm going to be debating about in this video is that this ride is actually 95 feet tall, giving it a more intimidating look, I guess. It's well placed within the trees, has some really nice landscaping, and it works well on the skyline. Overall, it packs a punch and is a very good coaster. Nemesis at Alton Towers is the original B&M invert out the two, opening 9 years before Inferno in 1994. It sees riders go through 4 different inversions, much like Inferno, but instead of gliding through the trees as it does it, it goes through trenches, tunnels. Now, one thing for certain is that Nemesis at first glance does not appear to have the same kind of height factor as Inferno, with it only being 40 feet off the ground, but the drop itself compensates for that, being over 100 feet tall. How incredible. The inversions are just as whippy, and as with Inferno, it does have its flat spots, mainly being the overbank and the final turn. But I think that's needed on both, considering how intense they are. Yeah, you probably do. The station is this huge monster-esque thing, and the surroundings of it are mainly made up of the fact they've dug it down into the rocks. And in fact, the rocks are so close, it does sometimes feel like your feet are gonna smack against the cobbles. And the layout packs a punch too. It feels even faster than Nemesis Inferno because of how low to the ground you are, despite it being the same speed as it. That being said though, Nemesis doesn't have mist effects, and Inferno doesn't have big monster. So who's winning now? As I said at the start, in the previous video, I said Nemesis Inferno was better, and a long while before that, I preferred the original. Nemesis is an absolute monster of a ride, but so is Nemesis Inferno. And as I did before, I actually prefer Nemesis at Alton Towers. Wait, I've joined the club again. That, however, does not mean that I dislike Inferno. It's still an amazing ride. But Nemesis, in my eyes, is just such a league above. And to those of you who love Inferno more, please don't hurt me. I prefer the 1994 invert. Once again, it's a beautiful day. I'm talking of 1994, another coaster that opened that year here in the UK. If you want to see me ride that standing up, then click here. It's such a weird experience.